Today, we're diving into a heavy but important topic, Aubrey Plaza's heartbreaking loss of her husband, Jeff Baena, and how she's bravely opening up about her grief. This story has touched so many hearts, sparked conversations about mental health, and reminded us all of the human side of celebrity life. So, grab a tissue, get comfy, and let's walk through this with respect and care. Here we go. Alright, let's set the stage. On January 7, 2025, news broke that Jeff Baena, a talented writer and director known for films like Life After Beth and The Little Hours, had passed away at the age of 47. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner confirmed that Baena died by suicide on January 3, 2025, at his home in Los Feliz. This was a devastating blow, especially for his wife, actress Aubrey Plaza, known for her iconic roles in Parks and Recreation and The White Lotus. The couple, who met in 2011 and married in 2021, kept their relationship private, but their love and creative partnership were no secret to those who followed their work. They collaborated on several projects, blending their talents in indie films that showcased their quirky, heartfelt style. Aubrey broke her silence just days later, on January 6, 2025, in a joint statement with Baena's family, shared with outlets like Fox News Digital and People. The statement was short but gut-wrenching. "This is an unimaginable tragedy. We are deeply grateful to everyone who has offered support. Please respect our privacy during this time." The raw emotion in those words hit hard, and the news sent shockwaves through Hollywood. Aubrey, who was set to present at the 82nd Golden Globes on January 5, pulled out of the event, a decision that spoke volumes about the depth of her grief. During the ceremony, director Brady Corbett, who won Best Director for The Brutalist, paid tribute to Baena, saying, "Tonight my heart is with Aubrey Plaza and Jeff's family." It was a poignant moment that underscored the industry's respect for both Aubrey and Jeff. Fast forward to August 2025, and Aubrey opened up even more, this time on a deeply personal episode of her former Parks and Recreation co-star Amy Poehler's podcast. The episode, which dropped on August 13, 2025, was a raw and honest conversation that had fans and media outlets like ABC News and Good Morning America buzzing. Aubrey didn't shy away from the pain, telling Amy, "I think, I'm okay. But it's like a daily struggle." She spoke about the constant presence of grief, comparing it to the 2025 thriller The Gorge, starring Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy. In the film, two operatives guard opposite sides of a mysterious gorge filled with monster people, trying to pull them in. Aubrey explained, "I swear, when I watched it, I was like, that feels like what my grief is like, or what grief could be like, where it's like, at all times, there's a giant ocean of just awfulness that's, right there, and I can see it. And sometimes, I just want to just dive into it and just be in it. And then sometimes, I just look at it. And then sometimes, I'm I just try to get away from it, but it's always there." That metaphor hit home for so many. It's not just poetic, it's real. Grief isn't a straight line, it's a wave, a weight, a shadow that shifts but never fully leaves. Aubrey's honesty about feeling happy in moments, like recording the podcast with Amy, while still grappling with that ocean of awfulness, resonated deeply. She told Amy, "Right in this very, very present moment, I feel happy to be with you. I feel, overall, I'm here and I'm functioning, and I feel, I feel really grateful to be moving through the world." Those words show her strength, but also her vulnerability, and it's why fans have been flooding X with support, posting things like, "Aubrey Plaza is so brave for speaking out," and "Her words about grief are everything." The internet has been a mixed bag, as always. On X, posts from accounts like @THR and @Aubrey Updates shared clips of the podcast, with captions like, "Aubrey Plaza opens up about her husband's suicide, a giant ocean of awfulness," and "Sending love to Aubrey." These posts racked up thousands of likes and retweets, showing how much her story has touched people. But there's also been some insensitivity, trolls speculating about Baena's mental state or their marriage, which is just cruel. Community leaders and fans have pushed back, urging respect for Aubrey's privacy and reminding everyone that suicide is a complex, deeply personal issue. If you or someone you know is struggling, please reach out to the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. It's there for a reason. Let's talk about Jeff Baena for a moment. He was a brilliant filmmaker, born and raised in Miami, who studied at NYU's film school and made his mark in Hollywood with indie gems. He co-wrote I Heart Huckabees with David O. Russell and directed films like Joshi, Horse Girl, and Spin Me Round, often starring Aubrey or Alison Brie. His work was known for its offbeat humor and emotional depth, and he was nominated twice for the Grand Jury Prize at Sundance. Aubrey once told People in 2019 that working with Jeff was special because he understood the grind of the industry. I think that when you're with someone that is in your field, they understand what you're dealing with on a deeper level, she said. Their creative partnership was a cornerstone of their relationship, making his loss even more profound. This tragedy also shines a light on mental health, a topic we need to keep talking about. Suicide is the 10th leading cause of death in the U.S. with over 49,000 cases in 2022, according to the CDC. Men, like Jeff, are at higher risk, accounting for 75% of suicides. The stigma around mental health can make it hard for people to seek help, and Aubrey's openness is helping break that barrier. Her podcast appearance wasn't just about her grief, it was a call to acknowledge the pain that's often hidden. She didn't share details about Jeff's struggles, and that's okay. What matters is her courage to speak it all, giving others permission to do the same. The media coverage has been extensive but respectful, for the most part. Outlets like The Hollywood Reporter, Los Angeles Times, and Hindustan Times ran stories with headlines like Aubrey Plaza breaks silence on husband Jeff Baena's death, and Aubrey Plaza says husband's death was an unimaginable tragedy. They highlighted her strength and the outpouring of support from peers like Brady Corbett. But some tabloids have tried to sensationalize the story, which is why it's so important to stick to verified sources like ABC News or People when discussing something this sensitive. This moment also reflects Aubrey's resilience. At 41, she's still a force in Hollywood, fresh off promoting Honey Don't at a New York screening on August 13, 2025. She's balancing her career, her grief, and her role as a voice for others. Her metaphor about the gorge wasn't just about her pain, it was a universal truth about loss. Fans on X have been sharing their own stories, with posts like at Pop Culture Junkies, Aubrey's words about grief are so real. It's like carrying a weight you can't put down. Others, like at Mixer Queens, praised her for showing that it's okay to be functioning, but still struggling. So, what's next for Aubrey? She's continuing her work, with projects like Megalopolis on the horizon, but she's also taking time to heal. Her podcast with Amy was a step toward that, a way to process her grief publicly while staying true to herself. For the rest of us, this is a reminder to check in on our loved ones, to talk about mental health, and to approach stories like this with empathy, not judgment. What do you think about Aubrey's courage in sharing her story? How can we keep the conversation about mental health going? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's show some love and support. If this video resonated with you, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and check out our other videos for more stories that matter. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.